When's the last time you've seen one of these cables? It's like an ancient world anymore. I don't know. This is like when the people tell me about faxing. But maybe your office still has a lot of phones that need these. And that's what's keeping you behind on upgrading to voice over IP. We might just have a solution for you on today's Lighthouse Labs. For a lot of companies that have been in business for a really long time, older wiring is a common problem that we see, especially if you have a warehouse or if you're a smaller outfit where you've had lots of phones and they've upgraded that over the years, but not a need for a lot of computers. So you've kept your wiring down. But what if you wanted to save a lot of money and get all of the features that a voice over IP system would have? What would you do about those phones? You could buy an FXS system or a gateway, but those can actually be pretty expensive and pretty specialized too. And even then, you don't get all of the advantages of the new phones. You'd have to run an analog phone as well. Well, what if I told you that one of our partners, Fanvil, has a solution that can help you out and maybe save you some money by ironically costing you money? You see, the Fanvil PN8 is an 8-port switch, but not a switch like you would normally think. You'll notice those are some awfully small plugs, especially when compared to that one. Well, that's because this is an RJ12 switch that is able to communicate and interact with the RJ12 lines, your old analog, say fax or old school phone lines. That's right. Bring a little bit of life back in. And what it does is it actually acts as a bridge to your network. And that's why we have the traditional network port here. Combined here with the X303-2 wire, this is actually an X303 phone that has been adapted so that if we look and we flip it over on its backside, it has a 2-wire port here that we can take and plug this wire right into. Now, because it's being fed actually from this, we splice this into your wiring. Then what happens, any place that you need a voice over IP phone, you can place one of these X303s and connect it right up. And what's really neat is you can have all of the benefits of the voice over IP system, cost reduction, everything. And even on the phone, which I know we don't have powered up here, but this phone has a color screen. So you don't even feel like you're slumming it that much. It's really a pretty neat thing. Just like the normal phones that you'll see in an IP system, we have our customizable phones, voicemail, directory, all of those features you'd expect without having to have a network connection. And what happens is that this PN8 converts this low band traffic into something and then switches it over traditional Ethernet. Setup is impressively simple, especially if you plan on having your favorite IT provider do it for you, and it can integrate with any SIP compatible system. In terms of call quality, it is about what you would expect. This is a very low-end phone using a very low-end wiring provided over, with the color screen and everything. There's a lot going on, but it's better than you think. In fact, I'd say it rivals most of the traditional digital systems. However, if you were going to compare this with a higher-end Fanvil or one of the Yealink T54Ws like you see us, you're going to notice. We can't do anything about it. This has to work sort of on a lighter load. Another little problem, you can't run your computer on it because obviously RJ12 was never meant for that. And so you're not really getting true networking per se. Like this will get an IP address, it will be part of the network. You'll be able to get into the web interface, all of that. But it's very, very specialized. Still, it's great to know that if you have a warehouse or a location that has much older wiring and you've been holding off moving to VoIP because you thought that the only way that you could do it is rely on poor Wi-Fi or rewiring your entire warehouse or building to be Cat 5 or Cat 6. It's actually an incredibly reasonably priced solution, and the phones are very cheap too. Great news for warehouses, because sometimes they get hit with forklifts for some reason. They're allergic to them or what have you. If you've been holding off on voice over IP just because you have some of these cables lying around, maybe it's time to look into the Fanvil 2-wire system. All right, have a great day.